What do we want? A contract! What do we want? Now! What do we want? A contract!
Every beginning.
And this is an important issue for you. What do you feel is the importance of this strike and the struggle that you're in?
Well, I know a great misinterpretation among the public is that BART is a cushion job, that we're in train cabs or station agent booths, and there's nothing really to be fearful of, and that we're pretty much safe. But that could be further from the truth. I used to be a bus operator at AC Transit, and I won't say it is as dangerous as AC Transit, but station agents have it really bad. They're face to face with the public. I know you saw the one guy running around at 16th Street. I think he said he thought he was in a play, just attacking and assaulting passengers. We see that every day. It may not be televised. Well, we don't see the naked running around every day, but you have those type of issues. As a train operator, I'm always paranoid about coming to a station and someone jumping in front of the train. A lot of passengers think that it's humorous to act as though they're jumping in front of the train, but it really is traumatizing to train operators who have to deal with that. We don't know whether they're playing or they're not. A lot of shoulder injuries, loss of hearing through the tunnels. Those trains are extremely loud. I personally have witnessed passengers walking through urine or having to, feces or blood after we call it in. If it's after a certain time, they're unable to come and clean it up. I don't want to see my passengers have to walk through urine and sit on fecal matter. That's a big issue to me. It's not about the raise. And what the media really has not been portraying, I've heard that our union actually agreed to forego any raises if the district agreed to our safety terms 100%. They didn't agree with that, but you don't hear about that in the media. What I will say is that I make no apologies for wanting to work at a good job and to be paid a fair wage and to have great benefits and to be safe. I refuse to apologize for that. And what's going on right now, it's been going on across the country. They're trying to break unions. They're trying to keep the public from getting together. What a lot of people don't understand is by BART workers out here demanding better pay, demanding safety measures, all that does trickle to you as the other public to demand that at your job. Slavery was abolished in 1865. I got the memo. I'm not interested in going back.
You don't want to be a slave, but it seems like they want to treat the workers as slaves.
Well, it seems that people should not, they want people to feel guilty because they want to be treated well and paid well for their service and their labor. I'm not going to fall for that. I'm not being brainwashed. I'm not able to spend, like this young lady there with her baby, she's out here with her 2-month-old baby. She's at work. We're blessed to have a job, but we want to get the benefits and the pay and the safety that they promised when we applied.
You have a right to that.
Everyone has a right to that, from the person that works at BART to the person that works in San Francisco at the 99-cent tour to the AC Transit. Everyone has the right to work. And I won't feel guilty about it. No, it's not okay with me that management can have $100 million surplus in profits and we should feel ashamed to ask for what we deserve. No, not me.
How is it they can say that it's okay to spend money, billions on capital equipment, trains and other things, but the workers, they don't deserve that?
I don't think like that, so I can't even begin to justify. I know it's a trend in transit negotiations to cry broke, and then as soon as the ink dries on the contract, then oh my goodness, we made a bookkeeping error. We just found all these hundreds of millions of dollars. I just came from AC Transit where we had to pay 6%, 5%, and 3% out of our wages because they cried broke. As soon as the contract was signed, they suddenly found all of this money. That's nothing but a slap in the face. It's unfair bargaining practices, and it should be illegal if it's not.
When are all the transit workers going to start to get together and unify so they stand up all together and aren't pitted against each other?
I don't know, but that's our hope. I know we've been working on our relationship with AC Transit. We have AC Transit out here supporting us. We had a bunch of people from different bus companies and unions come and support us. We've had firefighters, policemen come and drop water off. off. You know, we're working on it, and that's our ultimate goal and our dream.
It's Reginald Wooden.
And what is it?
I'm a station agent.
And what are the issues for you here today?
I think bottom line for me, the issues are there's not enough being done to protect not only BART employees but BART passengers. You know, people think it's about money. That's the least of it for me. You know, I've seen people jump on the tracks. I've seen people fall down escalators, and you know who has to respond to that? Your station agent. Your station agent has to respond to that. And so, you know, we don't get any extra safety from customers spitting on us, assaulting us, harassing us. You know, it's not an easy job to do, but we still do it, and we do it effectively. We just want to be taken care of properly, like management's being taken care of.
Well, the BART board now say that they don't have to negotiate over your health and safety issues in this contract. What's that about? Why don't they have to negotiate about your health and safety issues?
Well, I mean, it just goes to show you how much they actually care about their employees. Well, they don't have to, but if they cared about their employees, which in turn they're going to be caring about the public, they would bargain on that and they would discuss that. But that should just be some indication of how they feel about us.
Well, the other thing is they say they want to put the money to more trains, the capital. It seems like the workers who work the equipment are second class to the trains and the equipment.
You know, that might be the case, and we're not asking them not to put any money towards the infrastructure, because if they don't put any money towards the infrastructure, there will be nothing for us to come to work to. But at the same time, you know, do right by your employees and put some money towards them, because I think we are part of the infrastructure.
And what about AC Transit? Do you think that they should be going out with you?
They're showing their solidarity in other ways. It would have been nice to have us all here on strike at the same time, but you know, I don't fault them for that. They have their own reasons. It just would have been a nice show of solidarity if they would have been out here with us, but you know, they have their reasons. But we're appreciative of any support that they give us.
Okay. Now, I mean, you haven't had a wage increase in how long? 4 years? Or, I mean, how do they expect people to live when prices are going up and everything's going up?
That's not any of their concern, apparently. You know, it's not any of their concern. Their concern is making as much money for themselves as possible, so they, you know, and that is the rule of business. You know, you try to trim the fat here so you can have a little bit more on the back end, but you know, that's when your business starts to slip. And if we don't get any support from a lot of other different sources, I think they're going to see that. You know, they're going to see that the more that they pull away from us, the more they're going to pull away from the system, and then it's going to be the passengers that suffer.
My name is Anita Lipscomb, and I'm actually the PM, what do you call it? Picket captain. I'm here with my friend Daryl Wong, and basically we're both very concerned about safety. It's important for us to get home to our families every day. People don't realize that we open these stations early in the morning. It's still dark outside, and we're alone. We open the stations, and you know, anybody can be out in the cut waiting for us, and it's the same in the evening time. You know, we have to get out the station, get into our cars, and get home safe to our families. And then also a major concern is the criminal element that's surrounding us in our community now. And unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of increase in a lot of assaults, robberies, and they're just taking place up and down the trackways. And
you know, it seems like there's an investigation first, usually that goes on first.
So they try to investigate.
Yes, and they put you out there with whether you did right or whether you did wrong or not. You know, once you're on BART property, they put you under the microscope to see if you were the cause of the action or not. And that doesn't sit well with us at all.
you would like to think they put a protocol together to where if you do sustain an injury, you're supposed to make a certain phone call. Somebody is supposed to come out from management, assist you with whatever you need, escort you to the hospital, and get your treatment started. But that's there's a point after that where the ball is dropped because given the severity of your injury, whether you're going to need specialists or whatever, you're pretty much left on to your own devices to figure that part out. And that's where the problems begin, because there's some red tape and you're going through loops, and sometimes you don't get your needs met.
So if you're injured, you're fighting to get your injuries taken care of so you can go back to work. You're fighting for compensation. You just got to fight the insurance company.
In fact, I have one of my colleagues that was actually injured under workers' comp, and when he went to see the doctor, BART actually sent out a nurse to accompany him to try to, I don't know what was going on, to try to persuade the doctor, well, this guy looks okay, he can go back to work. So what they've done is basically, it all comes down to cost. This new system in the workers' comp system. Before, it used to be that we had our forward, our intermediary supervisor accompany with us. Now they have someone else come with us, someone that they've hired. So, but other than that, I mean, we're out here fighting every day. This is more of a bigger fight. To me, it's more class warfare than anything. The big guy versus the middle or the small guy, you know. BART has been making a lot of money for the last 2 years, actually quite a bit.
Yeah, for
I mean, I remember when we had a recession, when AC Transit, Golden Gate Transit, all the transit agencies were laying off people, and in the negative. Meanwhile, BART was hiring, doing well, and then after our contract, the last one 4 years ago, all of a sudden they found, I don't know how many million surplus. It's going to happen again this year. We're going to find, we're going to have 5 million, 10 million, whatever.
But then they don't want you to have a decent wage increase, and they want you to pay for your pension benefits.
Exactly. Basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep what we have. That's all we're trying to do. And then keep up with the cost of living wages. Because it's very expensive to live in the Bay Area, as everybody knows. I mean, and if you look,
we took the bait in the last contract. They said, we're going to be $350 million under budget for the next 5 years, and so we ended up taking 0, 0, 0, and 0. And then once the contract was signed, as he said, they found $120 million. They didn't know they had it. It was somewhere they didn't know they had.
Well, we gave back $100 million also.
Yeah.
And what I would like to clear up for the community to know the most is that in terms of us not paying into our retirement, people fail to realize that BART doesn't pay into Social Security for us. So just like with any other company, they pay Social Security for their employees. BART has a different equivalent of Social Security in which they pay for us. So it's just the same as anybody else.
So you're going to have to survive on that pension.
Well, we would hope to. It's important for us to get continue to get increases, cost of living increases, because when it's time to retire, we will need to have money in which to retire. And if we give back too much, we won't have anything to turn to. We won't have Social Security.
Don't take no more! Don't take it no more! Don't take it no more! Don't take it no more!
Are you a BART worker?
Yes.
Your manager?
Yes, I manage this.
Are these free trips that they're being provided?
Yes, they're free. We provide about 5,000 a day.
That's what?
About 5,000 each way
I
to the
see.
city and then back out.
So who's paying for it?
BART is.
Why?
Why is BART paying it? Because we have 400,000 riders that are stranded. So we're providing additional trips for some of the people that need it.
So has this been done before?
It has been done before, but the bus networks have been done each time there's a fire or some work stoppage.
It's like I'm a former member of Amalgamated Transit 192, which is the AC Transit bus drivers. I feel like it's a travesty that you're still at the negotiating table and you don't have enough sense to realize, of course they're going to talk to you in good faith right now, because if you guys walked away from the table, it would just end the strike, you know? It would just cause major chaos. And so I'm just asking you, what do you have to lose? Just look around at our fellow ATU, Amalgamated Transit Union workers. We out here, we not getting paid. They have children, they have mortgages, they have car notes, and everybody's putting it on the line. So I'm daring you to look morally at yourself and come and join us. I left in 2001 from 192. You were making $25.02. I've been at BART now for 13 years. You make $25.68. You had mediation last year. They took away your Veterans Day holiday. Then they retroactively garnished your check. I mean, what else do they have to do before you're ready to stand up for respect and dignity? I asked the president of Amalgamated Transit, where are you guys going on strike? Quote unquote, she said, well, give me a reason for us to walk away from the table. The reason is to be a revolutionary, just like the people in the South during the Civil Rights Movement. They put everything on the line like these workers here, and were attacked, beaten, and whatever. So that's what I'm asking. Be a revolutionary. Walk away from the table and demand respect and dignity, because if you don't, they just isolating you now, and as soon as we settle, watch what they do to you.
We're trying to do our part. They brought down a couple of the state's best mediators from the Secretary of Labor of the state of California to try to get this resolved. If the parties adhere to that process, follow that process, we should be able to get a good contract.
Call it a guy named Thomas Hop. Call it a guy named Thomas